Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to talk about how to use your VibroGo to actually save vibration data on the VibroGo itself. So this is an option that was recently introduced where you can be data acquisition free. So basically use the VibroGo as both a sensor and also data acquisition. It's going to save time domain data. It's going to do FFT as well. It's a bunch of signal processing capabilities. So definitely check it out. If you're not sure if you have it, reach out to us. We can check for you and see if it needs to be activated. But in general, this is a feature that's useful anytime you want to carry less stuff. You are in a place where it's just hard to have a dedicated data acquisition system. You can make the recordings and then bring the data back, download it from the VibroGo. So there is a lot more information in the manual. I just want to kind of show you what would be different on the panel of your VibroGo with this particular option. So in the previous post, we showed you how to connect your VibroGo using an Ethernet cable to your computer. So that's done. So if you're not sure how to do that, reach out to us or check out that video first. But yeah, what you will see on the VibroGo now, if the data recorder function is active, is a few new tabs. So you'll see the trigger, you'll see the preview, and you'll see the recordings. So yeah, some of the settings you still start off with your bandwidth and your velocity range and all that stuff. Sensor, of course, lets you do the autofocus and everything. Trigger is how do you want to trigger your measurement? Do you want to just do like a free run? Then you select none. External is basically there's a CON4 port on the back of your VibroGo. This is what you would choose if you are providing a trigger externally. So that's for that. And then analog automatically uses the vibrometer signal as a trigger. I find it very useful. So you don't need to do any connections. It's just going to do it internally. But analog lets you do a trigger of the the vibration signal itself. Now, time is where you'll do most of the playing. The way the VibroGo is collecting data is you select your block length. So this is like what is one time shot that you want. And then you can select how many of those blocks you want. So you can say, for example, 2, and you can see the recording length change here. It's selecting the frequency resolution and the FFT lines automatically. And yeah, definitely read up on it. But basically, the way the VibroGo is using the onboard storage is it's using the block length and the bandwidth to calculate the FFT lines and the resolution. So for example, if you want more frequency resolution, then you kind of go higher in the block length. So that's how that works. And then the other one I like is you can create your own folders here. So let's say you have a bunch of measurements to do and you want to put all of those in one folder. You can select one of these three predefined folders or create your own new folder as well. And then, yeah, that's pretty much what you would select here. You can also select a settling time. So a certain amount of time that you want the system to wait before it starts making measurement. I recently used this while I was making a video to show you on a tuning fork. So that's that. Preview is just a live. You can select either the preview of the measurements in the past, or you can do a live preview as well. So it's just gonna basically run whatever it's seeing right now. There are a bunch of shortcuts as to how to zoom in and the x-axis, the y-axis, how to do peaks, how to show time and FFT. So there's a bunch of things that you'll see it kind of happening as you start playing around with this. Once the data is collected, then you can do a bunch of things in the recordings tab, where you'll see all the past files, and then you can either, let's say, download this file. The download options are also, there are quite a few download options. You can either do it as an audio file with a certain sampling frequency. You can export it so that you can open it in Excel with a CSV. PVR is a special one. It stands for Polytech Vibrometer Recording. And this is used if you're using our VibSoft or PSV soft softwares, then it'll automatically suck in all the data, and then you have a .pvd or file saved in the VibSoft. So that's a pretty neat little feature. You can also delete stuff, just like a computer, pretty much delete, and then there's a recycle bin as well. Let's have a final look at instead of the live, let's look at one of the files. So this is a measurement I did not too long ago on let me move myself here, on a tuning fork, 128 hertz, which is what you see here, 128 hertz. And there's a peak finder option as well, so that's what I used. You can zoom in the X or the Y axis, as I mentioned, in the time domain data. That's what it's doing now. You can also do Y axis, of course. So let me zoom in Y so you can see it clearly, and then you can just pick the cursor and move it up and down as well. So it's a pretty neat feature. You can also play it, what it sounds like. So sort of the audio portion is sort of built in itself. This is a very short video. Just want to kind of show you how it works. Definitely play around, reach out. It's a very powerful feature, and hope you can play around and use it. Thank you.